Hi Sages, welcome to your mid-month August readings. So hopefully everybody's been doing well. And the energies I'm feeling for Sages is a lot of commotion, but it's like test time. The card fell out there. It's like test time now, where I feel like a lot's going to be happening around you, like coming at you, but it's like change. It's like Saturn's, it's the final, that song, It's the Final Countdown, is coming to mind, where like you might be getting a lot of love, you're feeling love, but you know that some of it's bad for you. It's like, are you gonna, have you learned your lessons, you know? There's gonna be situations that occur that are perhaps might where you would have ran before, where you're going to be pushed into that situation where you can't run. Like, have you learned? Or for some people it'll be Mercury's going retrograde, so my speech is I got a Virgo rising. Some of you guys, it'll be it'll be the opposite. If you know, if you've always tolerated something and you know it's no good for you, are you gonna continue to tolerate it? You know, like you know, shut the door. Final countdown, people. Songs playing in my head. I do feel a lot of positive family love, though. Okay, so for the first card we have is Judgment. Try to move the camera so you guys can see it a little better. I don't know if you can see that. So for the first card we have is Judgment. Second card we have is the Page of Cups. The next card we have is the Temperance card, which is your card. That's good. The next card we have is the King of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups, the Hermit, and then we have the Five of Swords. So again, I was talking about the final countdown. This is sacrifice, you guys. Like, this is like, it's no joke, you people. I feel like it's kind of funny. I can laugh about it because I'm a Sag. I'm actually gonna move the camera up because it's making the incense come towards me. So there we go. But I feel like it's you're being called to task with Judgment here, like, and it's like, you guys, you know, with the Queen of Cups here, you know. It's like, I don't mean to laugh, but you know, as a Sag, I think it's what are you gonna do? You're gonna get upset? Like, you know, right? Like, it's like some of the things, you know, that you've been prolonging, and it was just a matter of time. Other things, it's like you were refusing to face, and you knew it, you had to face them. It's a matter of time. It's Saturn is putting all the tools and everything that all the lessons that you went through, it's like being used. They were tools for you to gather, and you need time to like, now it's time to use them, to all that wisdom and knowledge that you've gained, the maturity, right? There's maturity, and it's a sacrifice you're gonna have to make, you guys. Like, you know what is best, right? So it's like talking about, you know, that if you've been withholding, then you know that right? Like, and you're gonna have to make the sacrifice to be more open, to really show that you care. In some cases, this is like the Page of Cups. So this is talking about emotional bond, right? Like childish, like in the sense of the child's love is unconditional, right? Like there's no conditions with the child's love. Uh, it's talking about having that kind of openness, right? Or releasing past hurts, even. Um, you're being called to in whatever manner it is, you guys, all right? But this is, I'm also getting this sense here, you guys. You do have the King of Wands, okay? King of Wands could be a Leo, Sag, or an Aries. I deal with energies, so I read a little bit different. I'm sure there's other people that are similar. But this is a problem. This being passionate, forward movement. There's a sense of selfishness here, because we have the Five of Swords, and I'm getting sacrifice. There needs to be some selflessness. This humble pie. I'm feeling like there's going to be some humble pie given by the universe, whether that's to you or to somebody around you. But there needs to be a sacrifice. I just heard a horn too. With the Temperance and the Five of Swords, what I'm getting is that's Sagittarius and Aquarius. That's humanitarian, right? Like there needs to be, I'm getting like this could be for some of you guys, you know, like or ladies, you've been single for a while, right? Like there's somebody you're interested in, and it's just been, it could be, it's been on and off, on and off, on and off, you know, because you want to maintain your singlehood. But deep down, you know that you want to be with that person. Well, it's telling you you got to make the sacrifice and you got to make the choice, right? Like, uh, it's talking about really getting things in order and prioritizing. Um, it could be a boss or somebody that becomes a problem for you. Uh, this is a Sag. Like, it could be another Sag or a Sag man. There's a chance here, okay, if you're a Sag, you could be coming off cold or aggressive. But I'm also getting, okay, this is Virgo, all right? Virgo, there's purity to Virgos, okay? And the Queen of Cups here, Virgos are highly sensitive to energy. Uh, if you're a Sag man, okay, the message I'm getting is that whomever you were dealing with, and she might not have been a water sign, it could have been a Virgo, highly intuitive, highly sensitive to energy, all right? And she made a sacrifice, like she was tired of it, so she or he disappeared. Okay, some of you guys might face a separation, or it's gotten you off balance. Uh, the energies you need to focus on, like these are all energies that are going to come in, but the energy you need to focus on is you really need to get in tune with yourselves, your inner guidance, your inner wisdom, your knowledge. There's a sadness with this card too, you guys. And my throat has got a lump in it. So I don't know what that means to you guys. I am getting, you guys are going to be highly sensitive, okay? You do have somebody around you that is very, it could be a medium, and this person can see. Like, they don't have to be near you at all. Like, uh, empathic is what I'm getting too, so they can pick up on your emotions. They can feel. So just be aware if there's like somebody you're interested in, and if there's games happening, the person's gonna like call you on your bluff, all right? They're not gonna tolerate that. They're like, they can see right through you. They can see right through your intentions. But I'm feeling like the universe is really asking you to get more in tune with being humanitarian. You're off balance. If you're a Sag man, you're off balance. And being a Sagittarius, your energy is going to really hurt you, is what it's saying, for both men and female. And it's the masculine energy. So that means physically taking action and being aggressive and moving forward. He is a leader. And it's saying that if you're going to be leading, well, then you're leading for the right reasons, which is humanitarian. You have others people's interest in mind. You need to sacrifice. This is having others in mind. If others are not kept in mind, it's going to off balance things. But this is, I'm also getting like around you, your family, your mother. There could be issues happening with your mother, siblings, sisters, brothers, family. I feel like a lot of things are happening around you, Sag. I do feel like you guys, okay, you do need time to go in and reflect on your emotions still. All right, there is this inner wisdom that you still need. I think some of you guys, you mothers that are separated from your spouse, are very concerned about the father's influence with the children somehow. Or the children want to see the father more. That's coming up here. I do feel like Sag is around you. You're going to have to be the hermit. You're going to have to be the one with the wisdom for people. You're going to be the one guiding people. This is also, again, going to Virgo energies. They're highly sensitive to energies around them. They can pick up things around them. They know when something's off and they know when something's wrong. And it drives them nuts. It really does drive them nuts. Some Virgos don't even pick up on that fact. They just kind of start like fiddling around with things. But they, don't push too fast, you guys. You need time to figure out what it is that you need to sacrifice to gain this balance. All right. And, this could be like where to move. Your father and mother have some importance to you guys, so whether that's like the way you were raised is causing conflict with communication skills with your partner. So maybe your parents weren't too lovey-dovey. Maybe there's a lot of argument in the house, and like you don't realize it, but sometimes you guys, like, you might start arguments to avoid your feelings. Or this is talking about, don't be starting It's almost like you want time apart from somebody, but like you're not approaching it in the correct manner. Instead of just being like, this is the Page of Cups. So like, instead of just being open and honest like a child, right? In judgment here, right? You're being called to do it, like to be completely open and honest. Instead of doing that, then there's like the Five of Swords. Could be saying things to get that time apart, like to get that separation, the arguments. If you need time apart to think about things and to consider things, it's saying to do that. But you need to just like come, instead of like causing a fight or whatever, you just need to come out and just say it. Like, I'm not ready for this. I still need to think about it. You know, don't let people take advantage of you either, you guys. Like, there's boundaries. You're being tested is what I feel. There's also a sense here, you guys, okay, don't give up. Whatever happens, you need to be like a bull. You need to have your head down. You need to keep going. You know what I mean? Like, and I shouldn't have used a bull because that's the wrong sense, because you guys don't need to be plowing over people. You need to be worried about that, concerned about that. That is a concern here. You need to be more of the professor. Like, you need to be more of the examiner, not action oriented. All right, there needs to be you need to get in touch with your soul, in a sense. Here's what I'm getting. Okay, and the soul, all right, the soul, there's purity to it. All right, like the healing that needs to happen, like you could have a soul connection to somebody. Virgo is one of those connections where if it's a Virgo, and because I am seeing Virgo, if it's Virgo connection, whether it's moon rising or it's strong in their chart, they've had some sort of past life connection. So, and it doesn't mean romantically. It just means like they're meant to come into each other's lives to teach each other certain things, right? It seems like one person might be more open, the other person's more closed off. So, because she's nurturing, and you got the Page of Cups and Judgment above her, and then you have the Five of Swords here, and you have the King of Wands and Temperance above him. But this King of Wands energy is going to hurt you guys if you're too action-oriented, if you're not considering facts and details and reasons for why you're actually doing things. It could be like if you're just chasing, you know, like it could be talking about Sages. We're guilty of this. We like the chase. It's talking about maturing and getting above that. All right, like you want to settle down and stuff, but you're scared to do it because the sacrifices that are required in it. And it's a requirement to be single. Like in order to be single, there's sacrifices that are, it's sacrificing just like it is sacrificing to be in a relationship. It's a lot of work to be single. If you're going to be single, then you do the work on yourself. You heal, right? Like, and if you're going to be in a couple, well, then you're working on yourself still, but you're working as a team in the couple, right? Like there's always going to be problems in a relationship. It just happens with the same person instead of happen with different people, right? And it's a chance to work through things and to gain more knowledge and wisdom, right? It's not, you can't be looking at it as it's a problem, it's a challenge, yes, but it's a challenge that's going to give you wisdom and knowledge, you know, like an experience. And if down the road it doesn't work out, well, it doesn't work out. There's no hard feelings about that, right? But it seems like some of you Sages are like off balance due to a separation of some sort. The energy that's coming through is got to be very careful of being selfish, and the energy that needs to happen is being selfless. Is what that, like selfish and selfless is what the words I'm getting that are coming through with the Five of Swords. Yeah, okay, so there's the Three of Swords I just pulled on top of the King of Wands. Some of you guys could be in a long distance relationship. But if you, okay, are trying to avoid a separation, okay, it's saying it's due to being open and honest, you guys. It's not being, not running, expressing truly what's on your mind and what's happening, you know, like, and if that comes out wrong, or you're rejected, or the person doesn't respect that, well, you have your answers, right? Because you don't want to be in this, the Three of Swords and Five of Swords, that's a hard energy. Like, there's regrets in that energy, you know, like, you don't want to have regrets. You want to avoid that. If you're in a relationship, it's talking about there needs to be more of a balance. Okay, this is Sag. We're getting Sag energy here, which Sag, you know, let's be honest, we're all, like, as Sagittarians, I'm one too. There's times where we can be very selfish. There's times where we're very selfless, but there's times where we won't let people stop us to get what we want, right? Like, so it's talking if you're tempted to, like, go out and sleep with another person, like, or maybe emotional cheating, you need to understand where that's coming from. You're not dealing with the actual situation, you're avoiding it and trying to get attention, in that ego or your pride stroked in a different way, right? Like, if you're not getting attention from your wife, you're seeking it somewhere else, or if you're a wife and you're not getting it from your husband, you're seeking it somewhere else. Well, the internal issue needs to be dealt with. Temperance, things need to get back on balance, and there needs to be a sacrifice, right? And the sacrifice is communication, you guys. Like, that's it is communication. That needs to be the sacrifice. The communication needs to change, I'm not gonna lie. And it's also intentions. Okay, so this is either way, person around you or person to you. These are the messages I'm getting. Intentions are not pure. So you need to cut out what's no longer serving you, what's not good for your soul, right? Like, superficial stuff, you need to cut that out. Like, in some cases, I'm not gonna lie, this person here, if it is a Sag, a Leo or an Aries, okay, this person is doing underhanded tactics and being very selfish, right? Like, there's a sense here that taking more, the universe will step in, like the universe will step in and if you're a Sag woman, whomever you dealt with is very hurt. It's from distance, though. And it is communication. The Sag could be very closed. If you're cross-watching for a Sag, well, a Sag could be very closed off right now. And that's, you know, they got stuff to deal with. You got the Hermit here, right? Sag, you got to really evaluate things. What's serving you and what's no longer serving you. That includes the things you might not so much like in yourself or want to realize or look in the mirror, you know, like, if you're gonna be forced to look at those things. I'm also seeing, like, things around you, like there's karma that's going to be playing out. Scales are going to be evened out here. So if, like, somebody's been taking more than they've been receiving, then it shouldn't come as a shock when they start, others start getting, and then they start losing, right? Like, it's talking about, I'm getting, like, humane and justice, like, human rights. It's like, almost like, okay, if you're taking advantage of people, Sages, it'll be brought to attention, all right? Like, the universe isn't going to allow it, is what it's saying. Whatever's happening, the universe won't allow. But whatever's going on around you guys, okay, like, these are just the messages that I got. Hopefully they helped out some of you guys out there. You're going to be highly intuitive. You got to trust your intuition, all right? If you're running, universe is asking you not to run, to face those emotions, all right? If you're hiding, whatever's hidden is going to come to light. Like, it's going to be seen. So you need to be aware of that. And it's like I said, it's the final countdown, Sages. Like, we can't pitter patter around anymore, whether we like it or not, right? So as long as we go with the flow and we choose to accept things and face things, then we'll be put on the right path. All right. We won't be kicking and screaming through the process, it's saying, all right? Like, and the universe is obviously given messages here for some people to shine light on something, okay? Because, and whatever that something is, it's going to be different for all of you. It's general reading, right? If it's not dealt with, then it will be dealt with. You're not going to be able to deny it anymore. Do not do any underhanded tactics. If that's done to you, it'll be dealt with. Like, don't get involved in any of that. You do have some people maybe even around you that want you to fail, and you're not going to, Sag, okay? So like I was saying, I shouldn't have said that about the bull. Like, you don't need to be a bull, okay? Like, this could even be cyberbullying or bullying at work, or don't get involved in that stuff, all right? Like, you're going to just feed into it. Like, whatever negative situation is that's happening, don't feed into it, right? Like, they'll be dealt with. It will be handled. But those things that you foresee coming, okay, then if you foresee them, deal with them. You have a hunch that something's going to happen, deal with it. I do think your mother has some sort of importance to you guys, or if you have children with your wife, they have there's an importance there. But it's talking about communication is the issue, or somebody. It's not pure intentions, right? Like, so it's talking about getting your intentions pure, all right? That purity back. If you're afraid of something or scared, it's talking about facing those fears, all right? Be wise about it, contemplate it, really think about it. And then slowly take the steps forward to move. Don't be gung-ho or action-oriented. And whatever sacrifices you make, or heartache or heartbreak, I do feel like a lot of things around you are going to try to be preventing you from moving forward, but it's not. It's like the universe doing it to test you, to see if you got it. Like, no matter what happens, you need to still push forward and not let your surroundings affect your circumstances, like affect your here and now. Like, you still need to. It's almost like, like being trained in the military, before you actually go through in the special ops. I'm saying special ops. They have to do all that testing, where they're like laying in the water for for those people, what do they call those Navy SEALs, right? Those special op Navy SEALs, they sit there and they lay in the water for like hours and hours on end, and they're shivering and they're cold, and like, metaphorically speaking, the water being your emotions, and like with Saturn being in your sign for so long, like you were tested to that point with your emotions. What did you learn? How are you going to apply that? Do you understand what I'm saying? On the other hand, it's like being left out in the desert too. Some people, they have to get tested out with no food, no water, so that's like nobody around you helping you or feeding your ego, or to encourage you, metaphorically speaking, right? Being in the desert, that's like lack of emotion or empathy. People like, like you're drained, right? Like, there's nothing there. Well, you were put in that circumstance in Saturn, right? Like, what are you going to do about that? Like, this is the heave ho, like, this is the you're the tree with the firm roots, and nothing around you can change that, can change you from growing. You're still going to grow. It doesn't matter the weather, the rain, the thunder, you're still going to grow, like those leaves are still going to sprout. Tough energies, you guys. I'm with you. Hang in there. You guys can do it. When Saturn's out, you've passed your exam. You're officially a SWAT team member. You'll have your knowledge, your wisdom, and things are going to look a lot brighter. It's going to take some time. All right, be patient with yourself and with others around you. You make mistakes, you just apologize for them. It's a learning process, right? But it's humbling. That needs to happen. Pardon my speech there. And it's realizing your beliefs, your values, your integrity. It's our right to be different from other people's, and not compromising that. And it's going to be pushed to its limits. Uh, you know, but you're not a SWAT member yet. You're not a Navy SEAL yet. You're still in the training. All right, so it's still going to be a little tough, but you have all of the, you've built all the muscle up. You've built the mindset up, because when you're in the military, in the Navy, or, like, they have to have strong minds and they try to break them, right? And if the mind gets broken, they're not a good warrior and they get tossed out, right? Like they don't make the cut. This is making the cut here, people. I'm not gonna lie, it's a rough energy, but best of luck to all of you Saggies out there. And it's nothing that you guys can't surpass as long as you take your time, you're patient, you're kind with yourselves and those around you, right? Like, if you make mistakes, it's talking about letting the ego and pride go and sacrificing and coming and apologizing. Okay, if you've caused heartbreak, realizing that, okay, maybe you're in a circumstance right now that, you've gotten your heart broken, but realizing that at some point you did that same thing to somebody down the road. So perhaps it's just karma and it's, like, it's cleared out now, right? And now it's going to be balanced. But there's a sense here you need to watch your intentions. That's what it's saying, right? What you give, you're going to get. So hopefully that helped you out. And I will talk to you in the monthlies in September. Namaste. Ciao for now.